Alright, I'm doing a case study on a 2002 Honda Accord with a 3.0-liter V6. The car came in with codes misfire in any cylinder, and all the cylinders had misfire codes. The customer took it to another shop. They put plugs, coil packs on it. Supposedly they cleaned the EGR valve and all the ports. Still couldn't get the misfire away. So he then brought it to us. So I pulled codes. First codes I got was a 1399, a temporary code list. And the permanent code list, I got a misfire on the cylinders. So then, from there, I had to find my direction. So the first thing we did is we scoped the cam and crank sensor. Let me show you that. Let me get my scope plugged in. Okay. Alright, as you can see, we got a crank signal, good crank signal. There's no signature tooth on there, so that really has no effect on timing. So there's got two cam sensors, so you check the two, and what you want is this outer ones to overlay. So as you can see, they overlay fine. So the car is in time, there's not an issue with the timing belt. Cam and crank have a good signal, that's not our issue. So being the car had new coils, plugs, and the EGR was looked at, I wanted to go in a different direction. I didn't want to waste time. So my next direction I was thinking was mechanical. We also scoped the fuel injectors, which I don't have a picture of that, but I amp clamped them. I couldn't get a good voltage pattern, but I put my amp clamp on to make sure that they were all working and everything was fine with them. So that's why our next direction that we went is after mechanical. So what I did is I put my in-cylinder pressure transducer on the car, and I'll show you what I found. An in-cylinder pressure transducer is basically doing a compression test, but it's putting it on a screen for you so you can see it and view it. Alright, what you got here, this is a waveform, pressure waveform. You got your compression, your decompression, your exhaust valve opens, comes out, intake, and your compression again. Now, your intake and your exhaust should be at the same level, same amount of vacuum. Now, as you can see, they're not. So that's where our problem is. The exhaust valves are too tight and they're opening too soon. So I'm measuring it, and as you can see, we got about 3 psi, about 2.78 psi difference. Right here's the difference. So that's where our problem is. Now I'll show you another cylinder. I scoped all 3 front cylinders, did a before and after. Alright, let me zoom in on this. This is cylinder number 5. Okay, I'm going to put cursors in so you can see the difference. This one's not quite as bad, but it was still throwing a misfire. This one was about 1.8 psi difference, and there shouldn't be any. Now I'll show you the last one, cylinder 6. Cylinder 6 was about the best one. I didn't have no code for cylinder 6, but I guess the customer said that that did show up in the past. All right, I'll zoom in on it, show you this one, and I'll show you the fix. Okay. This is about 1.5 psi difference. All right, now I'll show you the fix. Cylinder 4 after we fixed it. What we did is we went in and adjusted the valves. The valve specs are supposed to be 11 to 13 thousandths, and we found that the exhaust valves were all between 9 and 10 thousandths. So we brought them up to 12 thousandths, and that cured our issue. As you can see, this is cylinder 4. See, it's all even. I'll show you the other two. This is cylinder 5. Same thing, all even. This is cylinder 6. Let me bring my cursor down and show you. As you can see, there's no pressure difference at all. So our problem was tight exhaust valves. We're opening the valves too soon. Like I said, it was only a couple of thousandths of difference, but that was enough to cause a misfire. The car is fixed. I could actually show you the scan data real quick. Let me show you that. But the car is fixed, and the customer was happy. And there was no guessing at it. I put the scope on it. It showed us right then and there what was wrong with it. We saw that within the in-cylinder pressure transducer showed us what was wrong, which is a pretty nifty tool. I'm just starting to get real comfortable with it. I'm still learning with it. All right, here's the scan data. I'll just show you the misfire data and the check engine light data so you can see the fix. This is before it was fixed. Okay. As you can see right here is the check engine light. It's off, 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 off. Then it comes on here. Here's your misfire counter. Comes on at about 11 misfires is what it sets the check engine light. So right there's where the car is misfiring. Every time you could clear the code, it'd come right back on. Now, I'll show you the fixed data so you can see that it's fixed. This is the data off the scan tool. Hold on, let me get to it. Right here, as you can see, the misfires, there's no misfire at all, and the check engine light's off. So the car is fixed. It was due to tight exhaust valves, and the problem was found with an in-cylinder pressure transducer. All right, well, I hope this helps some people. Have a good day.